Greetings, my name is Brother Leroy Shabazz. This evening is December the 6th, 2017. This is my last attempt to put out a video to invite people to come take a part of the CERT training in Cincinnati, Ohio, specifically Cincinnati, Ohio residents. I've got a couple of people from Dayton that said they're coming down. The CERT program, the CERT training is 21 hours of training. You're going to learn disaster psychology. You're going to learn disaster preparedness. You're going to learn light search and rescue. You're going to learn some basic information that's going to allow you to become a disaster asset and an extension of first responders for yourself and for your community. I wanted to do something specific to spark your interest, so in a minute I'm going to go to a former FBI agent that was in Cincinnati, and I caught him on an internet program and questioned him. I just gave him a quick question. He responded. Because what I want you to understand is I'm not talking necessarily just about natural disasters, about what urban communities need to be prepared for. White supremacy is a threat. It's a serious threat, particularly that's going on right now. And I don't say that because like I'm a whining person, because actually as a student in the Nation of Islam, my personal belief as a student in the Nation of Islam is that we need to separate ourselves from white America. We need to get gone in some kind of capacity and in reality. But with that said, I need to let you know that I'm trying to respond as an emergency manager. What an emergency manager does is create a framework that reduces your vulnerability to threats and disasters. So with that being said, let me let you listen to this brother, Dr. Tyrone Powers now.
Mr. Gordolfo, whatever his name was, as a colonel, he wrote a paper about trying to intern black people.
Okay, let me say, brother, it's obvious that you have a lot and Dr. Powers is going to respond. But this didn't just happen in '83. This happened from the beginning. I just quoted you scripturally, whatever means that they needed, they would destroy the male children and keep their women alive. So whether it's crack, or whether it's the even the white female, it don't make no difference what they use. They gonna use whatever they can. So we understand that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I am a student. I am a registered student. So I'm studying, brother. But I do have work to do in reference to disaster preparedness.
Well, I'm familiar with FEMA as well, and the preparedness. I did something on that some years ago. It's ever going, but the destruction that's inevitable, only God Himself is going to be able to save that. So I'll let Dr. Powers respond to you. Obviously, we knew he was an FBI agent in Cincinnati and Detroit and other places. He's a professor now, but I'm glad he can respond, and you can leave your number off the air just in case Doc want to talk to you, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, my brother. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, and I tried to explain to the Cincinnati community at that time, Brother Manier, that this disaster was coming. And what the brother's saying, I spoke on a radio program there at some peril to me in my career, indicating that Ricky Ross, who was actually given crack to distribute across the nation because the CIA couldn't get into the communities, was in Cincinnati. He was in Lincoln Heights, Ohio. I even worked a case against Ricky Ross, and he began to put so much drug on the streets in Cincinnati, which was it wasn't drug-free, but it certainly wasn't a disaster.
It certainly wasn't like that
back then, and we knew it. And I was working the cases, and they simply never authorized an arrest against him, and there's so much more to that. I won't get into that right now. They never of that. So, and as you're right, this has been a plan from the beginning, but what I've always tried to do, Brother Manier, and I'm glad the brother said that, because it's not a new thing for me, was try to lay out that if we do not make some moves now, and as the messenger said, if we don't do not to take control of ours now, this is only going to get progressively worse, and that's a clear indication of what is happening in a city like Cincinnati, and the shooting of 100 times of the guy up in Cleveland, and the 40-some murders here in Baltimore. That's all predictable, and the messenger predicted it. We just didn't heed it, and we're just not doing enough to stop it.
Okay, now that video was to let you know about a particular threat assessment dealing with white supremacy. And if I was to just let you know how you need to respond to any disaster, I would say that you need to make a kit, have a plan, and be informed. Make a kit for what you think the disaster is. Have a plan on what you're going to do in response to that disaster, and be informed. Right now, I'm trying to get you informed about some stuff that's really going down, and you need to be aware of it. I would suggest that in order for you to start bringing things into perspective about information, that you would go look at Minister Farrakhan's press conference. Go on to YouTube, wherever you look at Minister Farrakhan 2017 press conference, because he goes back and talks about how white supremacy has put us in a situation like that proverbial frog that's sitting in that pot of water, that the pot of water is going to eventually boil, but the frog is sitting there so comfortable that he'll sit there until he dies from the boiling water. And that's where we're at right now. I like to point out to Cincinnati particularly, there's a radio show, and there's a lady named Miss Nettie who calls in from Lincoln Heights. And I like to say, she says, "Good morning from beautiful Lincoln Heights." Well, in reality, Miss Nettie, I need you to understand, and those in Lincoln Heights and in Cincinnati understand, that what white supremacy did in Lincoln Heights was they took away your fire department, they took away your police department, and before it's over with, they're going to take a whole bunch of other stuff away. So I hope that you will actually go to our website. Matter of fact, let me finish this like this. Go to our website, CERT5.com, CERT5.com, and I got 6, matter of fact, I think I put 8 very short videos up there for you to get some kind of idea of what's really going on. And we have a Facebook. Please go to our Facebook, CERT5, and check out our Facebook. Like us, so I can do whatever the Facebook gives me the ability to do to keep you informed. In the future, real soon, we're going to actually start giving you specifics on how to be prepared and what to do, and we're going to get past this situation by the grace of God. Again, I'm Brother Leroy Shabazz. My phone number is 513-225-0522. And I hope I see Cincinnati respond and come take this class starting this Monday coming up, November the 11th, from 6 to 9. Okay, December the 11th through the 16th. December the 11th from 6 to 9, Monday through Friday. And then Saturday we'll have a morning class. The cost of the class, I'm charging for the class. It's a $30 charge or fee. You can make the money order payable to Federal Emergency Minority Advisory Program, Federal Emergency Minority Advisory Program, or FEMAP, F-E-M-A-P. Or if you can't do a $30 money order, you can do $5 per the 6 sessions. And if you just ain't got no money, come on. And if you really want to get involved, because I need people that really want to help make our community disaster prepared. Thank you, and may God watch over you and yours.